You know what? I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll go first. Hi, I'm Mare. Today I am playing River, your lovely changeling Artalock, and they are looking forward to continue living.
Good. It's good.
Hello, I am Bob, Belda Stonesong, the Dwarven Bard with the exquisite beard and fantastic white hair. Looking forward to, well, living. God, that's a good one. I was going to go with not having assassins jump out anymore, and I think that ties together. But really, I'm going to say, wondering if Furbolg armor fits a dwarf.
I'm Jen. I'm playing Maggie, and Maggie is looking forward to getting some answers.
Oh. Hi, I'm Mindy. I'll be playing Una. And I am looking forward. I'm looking forward to shaking some stuff up. It's gonna be great. I'm excited. I'm just excited to be here.
I can go. Hey, I'm Adam. I'm playing Rue, and I think I forgot what question 2 was, but Rue is looking forward to dishing out some pain. I don't have a good answer.
I think that just leaves me. Hello, everyone. It's me, Kari. I will be playing Karis, the Tiefling Wizard, today. And Karis is looking forward to being somewhere new, to not being chased currently and hopefully in the future, and to possibly cause problems on purpose.
Oh gosh, indeed. All right. Well, let's get some music to set the mood. For I'm sensing some mischief in your future, honestly.
Us? Like this group? Mischief? I don't.
When has that ever happened?
Pretty sure Mischief is the other group.
Look, all I know is I asked Rain what to expect, and he said, I can't even tell you.
Yes, that is fair.
Hey, it's the safest answer I could provide. I was like, I could put your characters in the Crystal Caverns, and there's a 50% chance they go back in the Plane of Bones. I don't know.
Oh, going fishing, obviously.
They're like,
trout season just started.
They're
Well,
beach
half
episode.
of us are fleeing the law at this point. So.
Yeah. When people ask me who's the Chaos Being in your party, I say, which party?
Yeah.
Because this is a party of absolute wonders. All right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. It's about mid-evening, mid-afternoon, right around the setting of the sun when all of you arrive at the entrance to the Crystal Caverns. It is a massive, embedded gem that rises from the ground with crenellations carved from gold and metal, ridging out of the gem itself, and a massive gate, probably, 30 feet tall, with iron rungs horizontally across, with parapets on either side. A gathering of guards are stationed outside of the Crystal Caverns itself, checking in the various individuals bringing goods into the city, checking papers, the various usual guard duties that would take place. As you approach, they don't really pay you much mind, and the left side of the gate, seems to already be kind of perpetually opened to allow visitors and the like into the city itself.
I go out of my way to go up to the wall as we're walking in, just to rub my hand on it as I come back inside. As some 40 years ago I left, did the same thing as we're going, so feel the return to the moist, stale air of the caverns in front of us. It's certainly lacking the aroma of the Plane of Bones and everywhere else.
Yeah, definitely. I would say the scent is not like a tomb. It is earthy, clean, and more of the scent of coming home with and taking off your leather boots after a long day's travel.
It almost smells like cinnamon. Not at all, but I imagine.
What kind of rock is this? Is it a mixture of rocks? Is it a particular kind of rock here?
So the crenellations in the doors are embedded and built out of a giant gemstone. It is almost an amethyst that someone cast in large on several thousands of times. This thing is about a third of the mountain. It just kind of looks like someone giant slammed it down into a mountain and just left it.
I would say then Maggie is looking at it wide-eyed, mouth maybe hanging a little bit open, and not like being able to take her eyes off of this amazing thing. How old is this? Baldus.
In dwarf years, really, really old. Oh, generations ago we came here across the land.
Was this already here? Was it taken from someplace?
It was okay. Grams, let me run with this. It was the formation was here. As we go in and reach, when we go in, you're going to see a variety of areas that have been well lived in for, like I said, generations of us. To the deeper parts, though, you'll see where we're, in theory, still expanding, growing. Some areas have been left untouched because of the natural formations you just can't replicate. Other areas have been deemed, well, easy to replicate and adjusted to needs. The doors, the story of the doors, let me tell you that it goes back to generations, I don't know, hundreds of years ago when Steve the Great built a door. We never called him Steve the Great, the door maker. We had other names for him, but that's what happens when you do one embarrassing thing one time.
It's beautiful, Beldis. Your people make beautiful things.
You get a lot of time on your hands when you live half as long as in theory, half as long as Goloneth will.
I don't mean to brag, but we outlive you, and we've never carved gems into stone that I know of.
But you've had more experiences on your hand. We live in a rock. Just confined, you're kind of forced to deal with in those scenarios.
To be fair,
I mean,
if you also lived in a rock, you'd probably have some rock shaping things that you get into.
But when
reasonably speaking.
True, and I don't.
You see that line way over there, way off in the distance?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do we call that?
The horizon?
That is a good name for it. We also sometimes call it, I don't know, let's go find out. And you try to get there, and you never do. And you keep going. You go inside here, you see that wall over there? What's that called? It's called the wall.
Yeah.
And it ain't moving for a while. And if it does start moving, it's because you sit there for hours chipping at it. Takes time.
Adversity leads to art, right?
Wide open spaces leads to wanderlust. One takes a lot of time creating beautiful things. The other time takes a lot of experiences seeing beautiful things.
Question. Do these gates feel magical at all?
You could roll me a Arcana check if you would like, or History, your choice.
I think both are the same modifier, so let's go within. I think it's a 21. No, 22.
All right, which one would you like to go with?
Arcana.
Arcana. Looking at the doorway itself and how it kind of interlaces, and usually a door or even a gate has hinges, right? And that is like the pivotal thing that you would target if you were trying to knock down a gate or a door, is you aim for the hinges. These doors do not have that. They seem to be a mix of both magic and dwarven ingenuity. You see that there are chains as you get closer to the open door. You can see chains coming along the side that seem to travel through, it looks like, holes in the crystal that it is dragged for who knows how long to open and close. Probably controlled by a mechanism or a dwemer of some kind. But you do get the sense that this is enchanted to some degree. You wouldn't be able to pinpoint what enchantments, but these are definitely magical doors.
You would think, the normal anti-siege enchantments, right? Like, that seems sensible.
And we're walking.
All right. No one stops you as your ragtag group of ex-caravanners enter the dwarven hold of the Crystal Caverns.
Not even with a fire bee, a hairless cat, and a mechanical dog.
Oddly enough, you are not the strangest group to enter today.
No, and despite the fact that Karis stays a little bit longer and has to be tugged along by River going, hey.
Oh, I ain't bothering with you. If you ain't coming in, that's your problem.
Mindy, you were
someone
muted.
probably tugged her hey, keep with the group. But she was busy staring, probably like Maggie was.
As you enter, you are greeted by the sounds of hustle and bustle. As you enter this cobbled street almost. It is a juxtaposed difference between the entrance and where you enter. It's almost like stepping into the center of a town, really. You have market stalls set up under these crystal chandeliers that seem to glow and have permanent light spells of various colors shining down from the cavern top onto the streets below. The cobbles themselves are a myriad of colors. Emeralds, amethysts, some are even diamonds. And they seem to be paved and carved and shaved into various walkways leading into different directions. The houses are made out of a mix of stone, gemstones, and even mushrooms in some cases. These large fungal growths that seem to have been cultivated over decades into the proper shapes. There are dwarves pushing wagons and calling out to each other, rushing this way and that, crating goods. You see some individuals you probably saw a few days ago in Haven that brought goods into the town that are kind of negotiating out of the corner of your eye with a dwarf with a clipboard that's kind of pointing a quill at their cart and hollering something in Dwarvish and then jabbing their notepad. And, a bunch of shrugs of I don't know, man. I just brought what they gave me.
I feel like Maggie is almost trying to pick her way around the cobblestones so as not to step on the more precious looking ones.
That is the game we often play as children as here as well. Don't step on the corpse or you're gonna get your warts.
Paris is in contrast, not trying to step on them. She's crouching and looking at particular ones, and sometimes she's just muttering a little bit darkly, honestly, about these gemstones being used for a walkway. And there's muttering of numbers, of calcula and other arcane bits of information. River probably knows some of them, being an artificer, about the precise uses of these kinds of gemstones in various creations, enchantments, or enchanted objects. And it's and we're using them for a walkway, and they're not even enchanted, she mutters to Magupia. And then she'll point out one and look excited, maybe it is enchanted. But yeah, so she's bent down, she's a little old lady, is probably most what it looks like. She's scrutinizing these things and muttering to herself like a crazy person.
Hey, Rue, if you want to get a place, I recommend one of those fungi over there. There's much room in them.
Yeah, I feel like... Wait, are we stopping already, or are we going to where we're going?
Oh no, just a pass.
Where are we
Is this a
going?
joke
Where are we
about
going,
fun
Valdez?
guys?
Or are you just
Always.
trying to get Rue to make some mushroom stew?
I think in this case here would be more of a what's the phrase I'm going for? Would have a much more homely feeling to it if we were to use some of these ingredients. It would definitely be home cooking.
I got your joke. That was it was a very funny joke. I really
It was
funny.
terrible, but I have to use it
Was-
every time.
I mean, I didn't want to make you feel bad. Maybe we should figure out how far we're going and kind of where, so we know if we need a base of operations here in one of the mushrooms.
How about just an inn?
Yeah, those work too.
Okay.
I mean,
I mean, there's-
are the mushrooms inns?
There, I mean they're yes, no, some.
Sometimes.
Graham,
If I remember
keep an eye out for an
correctly,
inn.
searching my memory, I think there was one mushroom-based establishment called Graham. Help me out here.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're asking me for the names of things now. Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
need an assistant. I need an assistant.
Okay. What about
Give me
the
inspiration.
Bottle Cap Bistro?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Is that an inn or is that a food
Why not both?
restaurant? Por Kilo Nostos. Okay.
Why not both? Is my answer.
Okay.
Double cap mushroom in.
You know, I should have said button mushroom in, honestly,
I'm with you.
but you know.
I mean, there's otherwise by there's hole in the ground across the way.
Is it an actual hole in the ground?
Of course it is. Why else would you name something like that?
Yeah, we're not going there.
Okay, that's fair.
So we'll get a base of operations and then head deeper in, or just head deeper in and then come back for a base of operations. I don't know where really we're going, so
I'd like to
So-
make sure we have a place to stay.
all right.
The day is late, correct? But we're kind of getting to the point where the sun is in the day probably won't matter much after a while.
I was gonna say the sun doesn't shine down here. So does it really matter?
No, we are in the place where the sun doesn't shine, so this is true.
Yeah.
Do they have a cycle of when they like dim the lights and make the lights brighter to simulate daylight, or is it just on all the time?
Most of the time.
How much do you all sleep?
About a good rest worth.
This is so like torture,
know
Bob.
it's like-
I am living for this. I am like this.
It has to be a cycle. Like it lasts a couple
Right,
seconds.
like how do you
Torture
decide when things are
River,
open and
now
when
it's
things are
Torture
closed?
Bob.
Hey,
Things
Bob.
usually stay open until somebody's either A, can't be there to keep it open, or B, they want to go take a break and go out to dinner. I mean, half the restaurants close down so they can go eat elsewhere. You don't want to eat your own cooking all the time.
But it's
It
not
just
on a
gets-
set schedule, so everything's at different times.
Is
you
anyone
know, the-
inciting this?
I think the answer is that they're open until they're closed.
They're
Which is to say that everything's on a different schedule, so you have to just memorize the places that you like and when they're open.
Graham,
or
I
else
go
you're
look
never
for
gonna
an
see
inn.
them.
Why thank you. So
I will herd the cats. It's fine.
I appreciate it. I was gonna let Bob,
All this time as she's talking, she is walking while she's talking,
Yeah.
like following the vague.
so River, first you said you were going to be looking out for something, so what would you be looking out for? And then secondly, heading to the inn, easy to find.
They were both in. They
Oh,
were both heading to an inn.
Excellent. As you're walking and Bob is talking, well, not Bob, but Beldis is talking, you do see that as time passes, the color of the gems that are overhead change. And do change in brightness, becoming dimmer and dimmer.
So night time.
Yeah, I'm just saying, sometimes you have to insight check your bard.
So you see, Karis, it's really more or less the cycle's going how long it takes, the amount of time to get a mine cart from one side to the other while being pushed backwards by two kobolds.
And she's just looking at you.
So, River,
Yes.
you quickly lead the party in a direction. I don't think you're going in any direction in particular. It's just, you have one of 3 ways to go, and you just go straight. As you begin leading the party, you would notice that the city itself is 3 layers. There is a giant staircase that goes down to a more residential area, down below hundreds of feet, and beneath even that, another one that goes down, and you see an underground river with boats coming up and down from further into the Underdark. However, about to the point where you would be reaching those stairs, you do find the, what did I call it? The button-up bistro?
Button-up beast. Even if you didn't, that's great.
Yeah. You find the button-up bistro that Beldis had mentioned. It is this stone foundation built almost like your normal tavern that you would find. It has like a cobblestone base, wooden doors, wooden windows, but the top and the roof is just this spiraled mushroom cap that kind of spreads out over like a canvas. You hear the sound of music and the rowdy call of dwarves attempting to dance and sing from inside.
Is this too noisy for everyone, or do we want to try somewhere else?
It sounds
Yeah, it
fun.
might all be like this if, what we've seen, and she gestures to Belvis, is any indication.
True.
Eldest, do you have a home here, or?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Can we crash at your place and not have to worry about paying money?
Which one?
You
How
have
Not
many
enough
do you
room with
have?
Mom and Pa. And I don't know if the Echo Keepers
Who?
Keepers of Echo.
What?
Religious
Graham, do I know what he's
Order of the
talking
Dead.
about?
Roll me a history check if you'd like.
I would love to roll a history.
Well, I would love to stay with Mr. and Mrs. Stonesong.
No, that's only a 7.
I want to meet your parents.
I got a 27 though for my history check.
27. So, while the term is not familiar to you, the sentiment behind it is that you definitely feel this is a religious order of some degree, and you are intelligent enough knowing what Beldis has said about his people probably has something to do with the curse that ails their people to some degree.
What, did they repossess your house?
They don't repossess it? I mean, when you go to sleep and you stay there, they cart you away and
When you
stand
die.
you up for presentation. And well, I mean, maybe. The hope is you're not, but probably.
Yeah.
We'll go later. I'll show you. It's a wonderful place. I have to say hi to a few friends down there anyhow.
But meeting your parents sounds like it would be fun.
But also, I'll be the logic here. Inviting ourselves to stay over at your parents' place is kind of rude. So I'm just
Yeah.
going to make the executive
Yeah,
decision.
it would
I'm
be
going to
very
get a
rude.
room.
Well, I wasn't really saying sleep there so much as that, stop
Well,
by.
well,
But I was, I don't want to burden your parents or make it uncomfortable or awkward or anything.
No,
That
don't.
was
Do
sort
not.
of-
Do not burn my parents. You can burn River's friends. They tend to deserve it, but you
I
do
don't
not
have
burn my
any
parents.
friends.
That's
Except
Burn.
Rue. Except
Burn.
Rue.
Oh, you thought I said burn. That's fair. No, I didn't. No, I meant burn. It sounds fun in there. Let's just go dance.
yes.
All right.
All right, so you head inside.
Garrus is muttering and taking notes.
Yeah. As you enter this tavern, you see almost like this cafe-esque setting. These, I would say, far more high elven seats made of alabaster and quartz and marble that have been molded into chairs of elaborate sizes and shapes. Some too big, some too small. Some that are one size fits all. But there's this huge dance floor, and you see, as you enter, Rue, this is one thing you would note, you see a dwarf with a little tiny dragon on their wrist as it's breathing fire onto some creme brulee. Karis, you would see behind the bar counter a dwarf, the bartender himself, pulling drinks out of a interdimensional hole that they seem to have kind of summoned, and they just kind of reach in and pull it out. Beldis, you see one familiar face. Not someone you're particularly close with, but you do recognize them from your younger, more miscreant years. River. You see some gambling going on in the back of the room, and you see a rowdy bunch of dwarves, far too inebriated to count cards, gambling. And they are just throwing gems. They are throwing crystals on the table itself, betting them in seemingly lucrative and ridiculous steals. And Maggie, you see a familiar face. Mindy, would you please describe your character?
So, tucked as far away from the dancing and gambling and general chaos is a half-elven woman with broad shoulders. She is beefy. She is strong. She has wraps up to almost her elbow. She's wearing very loose-fitted clothing in general. You would get the impression from how the boots are tied that she doesn't usually wear them, but she is wearing shoes. She has a quarterstaff with her, and at the end there are what appear to be dried out daisies tied to the end. Dark hair, dark eyes, as she is currently managing 3 small children of various states of excitement. She has a tension about her, and actually seems to be glancing towards the door rather frequently. And I imagine she sees this group and her wife and kind of trying to haphazardly tell the kids to stay. She's going to get up and approach very quickly to Maggie. And you can almost hear the relief as she reaches to pull you in for a hug. Mags, I've been, she just can't, it's just holding on to you, and you can feel the tension as she's holding on slowly seep away, but this is unusual even for her, you would notice.
You're here.
I'm gonna kiss you.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna kiss you.
She kisses. She doesn't want to let go.
Yeah.
One of those long, I can't even believe you're here, and I'm trying to test that you're real kind of kisses.
And it's definitely a reciprocated in a very similar fashion. And when we do finally pull apart, I'm gonna kind of keep my forehead up against yours. It's been a long 2 days waiting for you here.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Something's wrong. I can tell something's wrong. What's wrong?
I'm gonna kind of glance back to the motley crew that you are with. Maybe we should talk. But first, I'm gonna kind of reach for your hand, give it a squeeze. Very much still, just exceedingly grateful to be with you. And I'm gonna lead you back over to the kids before we can, because say hi first.
And she is just like as fast as she can, but like with all the dancers through the dance floor, like I sort of imagine she's like, oh, sorry, excuse me, sorry. It was just, I'm
not
like,
apologizing.
works her way through. And when she gets to the corner, just sort of kneels down and opens her arms wide and waits to be piled on and climbed upon and held and holding.
I don't think you even make it the full way across the dance floor before the shouts of "Mom!" reaches your ears as all three of them bolt into a sprint, crashing into you, wrapping their arms around your legs, your arms, whatever bit of you they can grab onto.
I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy. Sephra, you're so tall. You're so tall. Oh my goodness. I can't believe you're here. I'm so happy to see you.
Did you go on adventures?
Yes, I went on an adventure. You must have gone on you must have had an adventure because here you are.
Gamos rubs their nose. They definitely are. They direct their gaze to the ground for a moment. You hear like a little audible sniff, and they. Yeah, we went on a big adventure.
And she actually pulls a cloth out of a bag and grabs their hand and starts like cleaning off where. Okay, what happened? What's are you okay? Is everyone, and looks up at Una, is everybody okay?
We're all okay. I have just been staring very fondly at this whole interaction, totally misty-eyed, partially because Mindy is misty-eyed. And I'm gonna kneel beside you and kind of pull everybody in for another hug, like a big family hug. And I'm just going to kind of bury my face in your hair for a minute.
I imagine we just get like everyone's foreheads, everyone's sort of close, and the people dancing around us just disappear from Maggie's consciousness completely and just hold each other for a while. And Maggie's breathing, which was sort of shallow and heart rate kind of up, trying to get across the dance floor and excited, just like slowly settles down and gets gentle and even.
Well, I'd like to approach this heartfelt moment, and
I feel like I'm just looking. I'm just like, not even an introduction as all this is all happening. But
well, I kind of come up behind Mag. I said, "Well, this must be a good moment. You clearly didn't entangle everybody here."
That was very.
No,
I don't mean
did.
to be.
Oh, I mean, I guess she did. Yeah. This was a new version of this. Hi, I'm Bildis. You are, and I hold my hand up to her.
Yes, this was very rude to me. I'm sorry. I was just I was surprised.
I don't think you were rude at all in this particular scenario.
I said, Una, this is Bildis, and River probably, and
the river is River now.
River, currently River, and it's Karis and Rue, and Golineth, and these.
Fizzle.
And Fizzle and oh shoot, I forgot the cat name.
Magubliet.
Thank you, Magubliet. And they're all here with me, and this is Una, and this is she pats each child on the head as she says it. Their name's Sefri, which is a very young human, Gamos, who's about 10, and my niece Trislana. And she actually pulls Trislana like kind of in to the crook of her arm while she says it. These are all my friends. They've all helped me through all my adventures. I'm quite fond of all of them. They're friends.
Sefri, as they're introduced, kind of hides behind you and peeks out from behind you and like gives a little wave. Kind of slinks back behind. Hi. Gamos.
Good job.
Gamos, goes up to everyone and is like, "Hi, did you travel with my mom? Did my mom save your life? My mom could beat you up."
Yes. And I will tell you all the ways how she could.
Thanks, Gamo. Sefri, you said hello. Good job. Can you say hello? Just to everybody. Just look at them and say hello and wave. You did such a good job. You can do it.
Karis will actually get lower, smaller, so as to be less intimidating and sort of hold up her cat and wave back.
Hey, there you go.
Hello, Rue. Hello, Fizzle. Hello, Karis. Hello, Beldis. Hello, River. Hello. You didn't tell me the name of the eagle.
Oh, Fuka. The eagle's name is Fuka. And here, come here. And I gesture to Fuka to get on my arm, and I bring Fuka down for the. It's okay. You can pet. You can pet. Very safe. Very safe. Into Fuka, I say, like, these are my children. They're very safe. They'll love you.
Hello, Fuka. Hello, Golineth.
Sefri, you've gotten so brave. You've gotten so brave since I saw you last. Good job.
Do you have, how tall is Una, by the way? Because I know Maggie's super tall.
Oh, that's a really great question. It's very, any talented and professional D&D player would clearly know the height of their character. She's, just like above average. She's like,
Right.
I don't know what that
Fair.
is. That means nothing to.
So
perhaps-
she doesn't look too tiny beside Maggie, just,
Yeah.
like shorter.
Oh yeah, no, I'm shorter, but I'm make up for it.
And beef.
Exactly. So it's like we've
She's
got a
strong.
significant, maybe like a foot shorter, but like significantly
and
beefier.
there's a very severe kind of demeanor in general.
Energy.
Yeah.
Love it.
I would
I
say
got
that
you.
Maggie, who usually has a bit of a hunch of that like uncomfortable height, still has a hunch, but it's almost like putting on an old coat. It's like a very comfortable angle to be at so that she is at face level for her loved ones.
So perfect smooch height.
Perfect
Absolutely.
smooch height.
I'll say it. I'll
Indeed.
say it.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Someone had to.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, River's completely uncomfortable with children, not interacting. It's weird.
That's great. So I will offer a hand to anyone who looks like they're going to offer it. Otherwise, I'm not offering. So Beldis, I will take your hand in a firm handshake. I suppose I have you all to thank for helping to keep my wife safe.
I think the reverse is probably more true, but yes, I will take that credit though.
I was trying
Both.
to be
Both is good, right?
trying to be polite. Yes.
I think it's both. It's really it's you, right?
Hey, kids. Karis is whispering, "You want to see a magic trick?" And she's gonna like do like little prestidigitation, like fireworks in her hands. To just
They-
distract
they
the
go
children, and she's gonna,
wild.
like make little dragons that sort of spiral and stuff like that.
They go wild. Just do it again. Do it again. Can you make a
Say
butterfly?
please, say please, say please. We say please.
Please do it again.
There you go. Good job there. That's
Of
it.
course. And she'll do it again. She'll like have butterflies. She'll have little tiny dragons. It's fairly small. Like, think maybe a cue card sized little demonstration between her hands, and she has them jump and do loops. And if the kids call out tricks for them to do, she'll like make them dance and stuff. But definitely distracting children while adults have adult conversation over there.
Definitely. Gamos and Trislana look enamored with these fireworks. Sefri has not let go of Maggie's arm.
I'm just sort of petting her hair, just comforting her. And I will whisper over to them and say thank you to Auntie Karis. Say thank you.
Thank you, Auntie Karis.
There you go. There you go. Good job.
You're most welcome, but really, it's fine. Do you want to see one? And she'd ask, like, Sefri directly, is there anyone particularly, like, you want to see?
Can you make sparkle?
Like this, right? And she imagines Sparkle. She's seen Sparkle to be.
Yes.
And actually sort of reenacts one of the fierce poses of Sparkle, and Sparkle like attacks this little knoll that she makes and goes like pew, 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 pew. Dramatic reenactment of Sparkle's most heroic moments.
the sparkle clip reel. Yeah.
Yeah. When this campaign ends, we're just gonna get every clip of Sparkle fighting people.
Give the people what they want.
Exactly.
So basically, we need a Sparkle, Fizzle, and Maguglia spinoff.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh my god.
All pet one shot.
Yes.
All right, everyone else needs to get a pet so we can have this one shot.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Fuka.
Yeah, we've got
We got
Fuka.
Fuka. So we just have
Rue,
2
Beldis.
more.
Wait,
Yeah,
don't you
get
have
on
a pet
that.
rock, Beldis?
Beldis does have a pet rock.
Exactly. Yes.
Rue, get on our
can't-
level.
I can't tell if the pet rock would be like the ultimate hero or the BBG.
Yes.
All I can imagine is the rock being like, the boulder.
I keep thinking, I am rock.
Oh,
I am rock.
the rock
I'm
doesn't say
actually thinking
anything
of
in the entire session.
inexplicably, this rock just keeps following them. It never speaks. It never otherwise moves or makes any indication
Oh
that
my
it's
god.
alive other than following
It's just
them.
there. Every time he goes someplace, Rock's there.
And then occasionally you'll hear like some thumps behind you and you'll go, what was that? And there's just, you know, bodies flying around the rock that's completely motionless and
It's the plank of Ed and Eddie. You can never quite tell if it's sentient or not.
Una, which do you want to tell me?
I'm going to pull you slightly away, mostly to get out of earshot of the kids.
I'll Sefri, I'll pat her head and go, you can stay with Auntie Karis. You're okay. Stay with Auntie Karis.
I don't wanna.
You know what though?
You'll just see for a
You're
few
so
minutes,
brave.
Okay?
You
How
can be
about I show
brave.
you some other things you want to see? And
No. Those are stupid. I don't wanna.
Oh, that's Sefri. Let's be polite.
I can show you other things. I've got lots of books.
And is
And
it
interesting things too.
We could just, if we need to bring her, it's been a long time, maybe we should. Would she understand, or can we talk around it?
Sefri, can 5 minutes.
This many?
You'll still be able to see her. She'll just be right over there.
Make the kid like a
Make a
soda.
persuasion check. So, I'll let Una and
I will
Maggie make it with
assist.
persuasion if they want. With
I
advantage.
will assist if
Okay.
if allowed.
I don't know, Rue. Do you think giving them a soda is a really good idea this late at night?
Well, I mean, I can just flavor it like a soda. It's not actually gonna be a soda.
All right, that's fair. Yeah.
Am I making
Sometimes-
a persuasion check with advantage?
Yeah.
It's your mom.
Yeah. Moms automatically get advantage.
I mean, sometimes that's disadvantage, depending on their age.
That is fair.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I rolled a 9. being back with mom. Other mom is she's
It's too attractive.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Sefri stomps her foot and looks at you indignantly. I don't wanna. If I go over there, then you might go away again.
I'm not gonna go away. If if you come sit on my lap and you put your hands on your ears, do you promise that you won't listen to anything we say?
I promise.
Okay. You're gonna put your hands on yours. I'm gonna put my hands on top of your hands so you'll feel them and you won't forget to have your hands on yours. And if you have to, you can go la 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 so you can't hear because we need to talk about grown-up stuff right now.
Okay.
Babe, is that okay?
Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah. So I guess we'll go find a little table nearby where we can still
Yeah.
see everybody, obviously.
Yeah.
we'll-
Easy enough to
Everyone
find.
else. Like, say, okay, if I've said anything bad about Maggie, I take it all back. Being a parent is suffering.
You see Kara's like nodding her head, but you're not sure if that's part of her nodding to the children or part of her like. Because Kara's a
You'll never
sibling.
know.
I think she mentioned them, but she's done this before, clearly, to entertain small children.
I will. Can I have an insight check on Sefri actually, just to make sure she's actually gonna not listen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel that one might need to be with advantage,
Yeah.
given that I know my child. Okay.
Hey, yeah, that's fair.
That's a 24.
For once, you're not sure if it's been the time away or the fact that because they are kind of getting what they wanted in the deal that they are willing to do this. Seems like they are willing to shut their ears. It's more of they just want to be close to you.
I'll let her sit in my lap and in fact like have her hands over her ears, and I'll put my hands really gently over hers.
So I want to start this conversation with I really did do better. Father Ramar has been talking.
Mm.
It has gotten worse, and I really am trying, Mags. I really am trying. Was trying to be better. I only got into a few fights, but I couldn't
Oh,
keep
boy.
your name out of their mouths. And at first it was easier. I just tried to spend less and less time, and I'll kind of glance towards. Actually, it would be.
Sefri's on my lap. Gamos and Trislana are watching the.
Graham, would it be Sefri or Trislana? Okay. Okay. So I'll kind of glance towards Trislana. But then they weren't just talking about you. I could handle them talking about me. I could tolerate them talking about you only because I knew that's what you would want me to do. But when the kids started getting brought up, again, kind of eyeing Sefri to make sure Sefri is actively still not listening, potentially. Keeping an eye on the hands mostly so that you know. Things were getting bad. I guess I didn't realize how bad. And I'll reach for my bag, kind of rummage through it, and I will pull out like a few pieces of parchment that are kind of tied up together, and I'm gonna hold them out to you.
I'll take my hands off of Zephyr's ears enough to be able to flatten out the parchment, just making sure that her hands are still on her ears, and might say, okay, time for la 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 la.
It's from Netta. She was working. She said she had found something. She gave me this and said that I needed to get it to you. Sounded nervous. Now, don't get me wrong. People are really starting to buy into the nonsense that's being spread, but I assume she was being paranoid. She said I had to take it, I had to get it to you, and leave.
Oh my God.
Again, I thought maybe she was paranoid. Moving with 3 kids to try to find you seemed like, something maybe you're a little more prepared for. But I did make plans. I said I would leave in a few days, a week at the most. But kind of gesture to myself and the kids, who we don't look dirty, but you kind of get the impression that we've been wearing these clothes for a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
But we couldn't wait that long.
What did they do?
Mags, a few nights before we were gonna leave, I'm gonna put my hands over Zephyr's house, ears, house.
Everyone, you all have a crit from Derek.
Yay!
They torched Netta's house.
Oh my God. Oh my, is she all right? Is she all right? Is she okay?
I don't know. I panicked, I think, when I heard, especially after how nervous she seemed when she gave me the information saying I needed to leave town. I know I should have looked, Max, I know, but
No, you did the right thing. You did the right thing. If you don't, you were right. I thought maybe you might have known, but you should have left right away like you did. There's no question about that. Thank you for saving them and yourself. I'm
just so glad that we found you. We can't go back. I don't know where to go necessarily from here, but I have no idea. I tried reading what she wrote. It does not make any sense to me, but she seemed optimistic, like it meant something, like it was a breakthrough, which maybe is why she was so worried about them finding it or destroying it.
Maybe this will put some pieces together. And I'm going to try to read the parchment. Oh, I'm going to go with medicine. There's a big difference.
The one I'm trained in.
13. Oh, no, I didn't roll with advantage. That's much better. That's a 24.
Graham,
You did.
chat can't hear you.
I'm sorry, chat. I forgot. So anyways, I'll go back. So it's about 9 pages long. The first page is a series of hypotheses, like, is this a disease merged with magic? And then a series of arcanic formulas, some potions, and then they're all crossed off as if they had not worked. The second page is almost like the scrawling of someone who has probably not slept in a while. It is fervored, it is rushed. Far more rushed than you have ever seen them write. The third page has, in charcoal, drawn this humanoid figure with long limbs. It is all black. Its hands end in kind of these longer, elongated fingers. It's got more legs than torso. You recognize this creature as a creature you saw the night you all left on this caravan, a Nightwalker.
I actually like moved the picture out of where Sefri could see it. I've seen these before. I know what this is. I don't know why it's in Netta's notes, but I've seen this before.
I don't know if that's reassuring or terrifying.
I'm gonna go with terrifying. I'm definitely gonna go with terrifying.
Okay.
I don't.
So what does it mean?
The next page goes into it. It has the symbol of the Wainwright Company and a
Fucker.
sketch
That I recognize.
of a potion bottle with their symbol on the cork burned into it. Nightwalker extract. Necrotic. Poisonous. Life-sapping properties. Under that, not a poison. A essence of undeath.
Wow. So I think this is at least an answer to what is happening, or the mechanism that is being used. I don't know how they'd be getting this. I don't know how you get an essence of a Nightwalker, or how you get that into a whole population, or much less an individual against their will. But it sounds like that's what she's saying here. That's what's happening.
You're much smarter than me, Max.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I just don't put yourself down. You always do that. Stop.
I'm smarter at other things. Fine, sorry.
Is
Yes.
that okay? Yes, you're smarter than. Okay. I just So it's not. We've been right. It's not a curse or a disease in the same way. It's like a raise dead sort of thing. Only they make you dead, but then raise you dead like an undead. That's not making any sense. I don't really know how to explain. This is a big deal. This is huge.
Okay, so what do we do with it?
There's a curse here too. It's happening to the dwarves. It's not quite the same, but it progresses slowly with patches on the skin, the same way, only turning them slowly to stone instead of wasting them away. I'm here because I think that there's some answers somewhere in here. I don't. The Wainwright Company. I've heard of them before. Way back.
So what do I know of the Wainwrights?
Roll
I know we
me.
have some people that trade with them.
Yeah, roll me a history check. Sorry. Yeah, I don't think an insight check necessarily would apply.
With a 13.
13.
With a 0 modifier.
Hey, that's fair. From your knowledge, the Wainwright Company is a trade conglomerate that spreads all over the kingdoms. It is one of the few that has made the trek from the Plane of Bones, from the Assyrian Empire to Petal Blossom to the Kingdom of Anduin to far beyond. They deal in a lot of goods in a lot of markets, so they are very wide-reaching. They also, as of late, have been buying and selling properties and homesteads, which I think would be the more prominent information that you would have, is they have been offering to buy people out in Petal Blossom and pay for their way to a new life and a new chance somewhere else.
Ooh. I know the name only because they've been trying to buy property from people in Petal Blossom, promising a way to something better and new. Just have to sell their home, their property to them.
Well, that's not suspicious at all. My companions, they know, they're smarter than I am. I mean, just to be real about it. Like, again, thank you. But maybe they can we kind of get their minds in on this? Do you mind sharing?
I'm gonna glance over at. I imagine at least Karis is still entertaining the kids.
Oh yeah, she's been like
If not
asking
with
the question,
assistance.
what are their favorite things? What were their adventures that they've been on? And she's looking on with like rapt
At this
interest. Like,
point-
this is someone who is definitely practiced in dealing with children and seems to like have the right amount of engagement while also like not being parental about it, but just like and those who choose to engage are probably pretty like, okay, yeah, this adult's paying complete attention to me and, you know, telling whatever stories they want to tell. So
Gamos is telling about a time they caught
notice
3
being an
slugs.
adult that her eyes like sort of flick over to you every so often, sort of like checking on the situation.
I will occasionally be like, thank you. Actually, I just want to say out of character, it's so fun to find out that Karis is super good with kids. That it makes me so happy. It's
She's
so
got
much
like
joy.
2 siblings of her own.
Uh-huh. Whoever can, is that all right?
Once I do a quick glance, eyeing everybody in the party if they're still within view. If you trust them, I trust them.
I trust them with my life.
And so will I.
I'll sort of gesture to whoever's not entertaining the kids, and like to Karis, I'll just give a thumbs up. Keep going, and then like gesture to anyone who wants to come join the conversation.
Who's drinking? Sure. I give a look to Rue and Beldis. Are we going over?
I grab a handful of what might be dried mushrooms at the bar there to snack on, and I walk
yeah.
over as well. Continue munching.
Yeah, they are crunchy mushrooms.
Oh,
Crunchy
beautiful.
mushroom chips.
Yup.
Mm.
Actually, I kind of want to try.
Same the minute I left my mouth, I was like,
Yeah, okay, but like,
Yeah.
why don't I have any?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like fried,
Why
yeah,
don't I have
fried
any?
mushrooms.
Someone make it and tell us how it is, and then send me the recipe.
I think at this point, Rue has essentially made like a Shirley temple with like good berries and like prestidigitation and create water.
Awesome.
They'll hand that to what?
Zephyr's
Zephyr,
the one on my lap whose hands are kind of
Yeah.
so I
Distributing
imagine
it
there's
to
a
the
straw.
children.
Yeah, there's a straw. I'll make sure there's a straw so she can drink it, and
Yeah,
then
it's like a
Gamos and
mushroom
just let
stem.
him. Yeah.
Golaneth, I think, at this point, will motion for Karis to go over to the rest of the group and be like, Krakan, I've got this. And...
Great.
God,
Excellent.
imagine Golaneth working with kids. I can't imagine.
And
it.
so, like,
I know,
I sort
right?
of,
I love imagining it.
like,
I,
as we
I
do
want
this
to, but I can't
transition-
imagine it.
This
as
is
we
where
do
you
this
stick the
transition, the
blade.
kids are
He's like,
going through
when I was
their
your age, I
juices.
killed 7 people.
As the kids are like,
Oh, only 7 Golaneth. Get on my level.
as the kids are like getting their drinks and stuff, it's sort of like, hey, why don't you sit here with Golaneth and talk with Kaka? And
Ah.
yeah, I'm sure they want to hear all about like your adventure. Like it's great. And then she just sort of like transitions and sort of slips on over. Okay, what are you talking about?
I'd also like to leave Fizzle there as well.
I think
All
Yep.
the potential
Yeah.
distractions.
Oh, yeah.
Gamos is, like, attached to Fizzle. I think at one point in this discussion has wrapped their arms around Fizzle and is having Fizzle drag them. Like, around.
That's my son. That's the way it works.
They're a delight.
They are. And she just looks at River like, don't comment on people's children when we all know
Too
you're
fucking
lying.
late.
they most of the
late.
time they have their moments. I have you did the rest of you see this? And I'll hold up the picture at the beginning
That's
of our
Yeah, that's the yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Never want to see one again.
What about it?
So and
I'm
I'll
surprised
actually
we lived, honestly.
I'll lock eyes with Belda specifically when I say this part, although I'm showing the picture around. I had a friend helping to do research back at Petal Blossom, and I'll hold up the last page. This is what she thinks it is.
And Karis will lean extra close
Well,
looking
now,
at
that's unfortunate.
Sorry, what is this with this Petal Blossom?
So I have a friend who is doing research into the and I'll point to where the patch of skin.
This is news to me.
You were okay. I'm sorry.
No, your business is your business, but anyway.
Well, I mean, I'm asking you if you don't want to know, it's okay. But I just wanted to, get your help. But you don't have to if you don't. It's all
My
right.
ears are open.
I'll roll my sleeve up and show like the patch of missing fur, the redness, and say, I'm here to find out why this is killing all of my people.
That's rough.
Killing, you say. And Karis is getting out her book. And she is ready to take notes.
Rolling my sleeve back down, and I kind of look at Beldis. We thought maybe that there would be help here. We couldn't figure out if it was a disease or a arcane sort of effect, and Una brought us this.
Did your people have a history of running away from a Dark Shadow Lord?
I think we've established that probably
That
isn't
probably
it.
didn't have. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's still
Well,
that.
that means they could be related. And she
Quiet,
like hold her hands out for the papers. I'm like, wait a second. And she's gonna start like looking deeply at the hypotheses and sort of the calculations and such, and sort of comparing to the next pages.
Yeah.
She'll take time to do that as she sort of step away from the bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll like
conversation.
lean over to Una with sort of my arm around her, and be like, "God, she's really smart. She's got this."
Externally, I would love to give like you a look at this comment, but River would not actually hear you.
Yeah.
I will say, River, as they're showing you this, the potions probably might dry your eye. There are several antidotes that you may not be familiar with, but you would recognize some of the ingredients in potion making listed.
Yeah.
Karis, roll me an Arcana check if you're studying the formulas. I'd rather do that now than later, because I'll forget.
16 plus 8 is 24,
24.
right?
So it looks like she was trying to formulate a spell. Or almost like reverse engineering a spell. It was probably from the scribble of the potion of distilled undeath and the Nightwalker essence. She was trying to formulate how you would get that into the product. What would be the process? And it doesn't look finished. It looks like they hit a few snags, like part of the puzzle is missing.
The bottle, the essence, appears to be the antidote or the cause or both.
Looks to be the cause. Or at least used in whatever is going on.
Right. So what are they reverse engineering? Are they trying to reverse engineer an antidote to that?
So they're
And then
trying to
so-
reverse engineer the process of how someone got it.
Okay, how you distill Nightwalker essence,
Yes.
essentially. Okay.
Yeah, because in knowing how they make it, she would probably then be able to formulate how to...
Right, how to
Sure.
unmake it.
Gotcha, exactly. Okay.
Yeah, and it looks like she just wasn't able to finish that portion.
I'm still sort of like, I'm giving meaningful glances over to Beldis in a sort of like, you gonna talk kind of way, but not with words.
Beldis knows how to clean up the mess. Beldis does not know what caused the mess. So there's... I may know if this is similar to what we've encountered. I may know of someone deeper down that could assist in this. But let's focus on more pressing matters. Where are you staying? Are you staying here? Do you need rooms? Do you need food? When was the last time you ate? Drink. I'm looking more at Una at this particular moment.
Oh, we've been here just a couple of days. We didn't take much, but we've been fed. Have the rooms for a few more nights.
So,
I
scary
didn't
dark
have a-
shadow thing does bad things to people. Okay.
Yeah, Beldis, you're kind of avoiding stuff. I mean, I hope you don't mind me pointing it out as the thing that you do.
That's also what Nightwalkers do.
Yeah.
That's their whole shtick.
Mm. So on that note, it looks like your friend was trying to reverse engineer this, and she holds up the page with the Nightwalker essence. That's what all this is, and then she holds up the page with the formulas, etc. But they're missing a piece. They're getting very close, but there's something integral that's missing here.
Like an ingredient.
It's just
Yeah, let me look at the ingredients. I'll
Yeah,
take
here.
your paper.
here.
I'll slowly
Looks at
go
the
through
relevant
ingredients.
pages, like the non-scribbled out ones. Like, yeah, this one. This is the closest.
Yeah.
Bram, do
That
you
is
have
me.
any reason to believe that we might know? I might know somebody among the keepers of the echoes that would be able to fill in the information that we're looking for here.
I think that is a reasonable assumption, is that out of anywhere in Anarian, the most likely place you would find anyone who would have an idea on curses would be here.
Okay.
And would be deeper down in the cloister. I don't think that that's unreasonable. There's also the Hall of Memories, the Hall of Echoes. Either or, there's also, thousands and thousands of years of knowledge in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
libraries that, you can pour through as well. River, would you like to roll a nature check, or would you like to use your proficiency, because I'll let you do proficiency tools if you'd like, because you are proficient in poisons, I believe.
I am proficient in poison stuff.
Roll for poison stuff.
Sure, I can do that. I'm assuming an int check with my proficiency bonus.
You guys are level 9?
No,
think
we're
level 8.
Did we be level 9?
Not with that attitude.
Hold on, let me roll. Intelligence plus proficiency.
Yep.
Cool. That is an 18 on the die, so that it is a 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
A 24. How interesting. But we're going to touch on that after a short break.
Hell yeah.
So, well, Elle, who are you giving your inspiration to, good sir? Elle, I'm sorry y'all won't ever get to meet Ning. Hey, they might meet Ning. You never know. You can't tell me what to do.
Revenants are a thing.
Yeah.
Horace.
Nightwalkers might make a meeting possible. Karis, you have advantage. All right, so we're going to go take a 5 to 8 minute break, get some water, refresh, and, just hang out. So all of you should do the same. If you aren't going to, well, I'm sorry for you. You're missing out. So we'll be back after a short break.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Bye.
Hey, we're back, everybody. I hope you didn't miss us too much, because I missed you for the both of us. Last we left off, River, you had just rolled to kind of figure out some of the potions and the poisons aspect of this information brochure, if you will. I guess that's what they call research papers these days.
Just gonna be Roos.
Ding
Oh, we got
dong,
another crit to the
dang it,
squad.
Steve. Giving a crit to the squad. They have enough.
Thank you. No, I don't.
They have enough.
I
Oh,
started
no.
off the session with
We
one.
spent all of them. These are finally giving us some to actually
Yes.
We were fighting an assassin who was trying to kill me.
Bless you, Steve.
You're an
Yay,
angel.
thank you.
I appreciate you deeply.
I've got
Steve
my
truly
coins
is the
here
great.
to tell me when I have crits and stuff. We're good.
All right.
Hello. Remember it.
Beldis, are you gonna? I know you avoid things, but do you think connected? I don't want to speak for you or any rude thing like that, but maybe it would be important if you.
Well, I guess the real first question is, what time frame do we have, and what do we need to accomplish first? I can lead you to, I mean, I can think of several people we could go to, but I mean, what are we? If we're looking for someone more for along what lines of Karis and River would probably be able to figure out, and maybe we'd best go to the Hall of Memories, which might still be open at this hour.
Beldis, for the love of the one God, is this going to help your thing too?
I have no idea.
Okay, talk about it.
Okay.
Well, I could.
What does
I could
Beldis need to talk about?
I could talk about it a little. So my theory, working theory. It's a very bare theory at the moment, but from what I understand, from what you said earlier, Beldis, this is caused by a Shadow Lord. Are you all offended somehow? Something
say
like
sorry?
that.
Okay,
but
River.
Shadow Lord implies that they're lords of something. I would think that perhaps these Nightwalkers might be servants of this Shadow Lord. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got.
You're suggesting evil shadows are multiplying, and that thought alone is terrifying. River, by the way, when I die of old age, I'll probably turn to rock. You're going to see that around here. Brace yourself.
You're acting like death is new to me. This is
We're not dead.
They're rock, which is new. A new and different thing. They may not even be dead. I kind of want to see that. I know that might be
We're hoping
a
we're not
little
dead.
offensive, but that might be helpful. If we could arrange that
okay.
at any point. Just that's it. I'm done.
So, what you're suggesting, Maggie, is that one, we have not been cursed. I'm going to take my voice down a little bit here because of where we're at. That we have not been cursed by our ancestors for abandoning them in their hours of need, and instead we are somehow plagued by a shadow sickness.
Poison thing.
Okay. Let's roll with that. So now the
Poison curse. It's a purse.
so now the great shadow darkness of
Please do not call
dragon
it a
type
purse.
form that is now giving offspring to walkers, and now what we believe to be, is that the Wainwright symbol? Sure, of course it is currently bottling shadow in death form as a perfume and spreading it around to people.
We
Yeah,
don't know what
yes.
they're bottling it as. This is not necessarily a perfume. This is it's more of
It's a perfume of death.
it's an
questions.
Send it
item.
to your enemies, they smell wonderful, and then they stop living. I see that as a win in a
It's
variety
not
of
a
ways if
smell
we're trying
thing,
to
I
conquer
just-
an empire.
Actually, River, you go ahead.
I have two questions. One, Graham, what was the result of my knowledge check?
I'm so glad you asked. So, the
Just
ingredients.
one of two questions.
Yeah. As you were looking through it, the ingredients themselves seem like there are a variety of different combinations that were attempted with the various potion types that all failed. There are one or two that are either untested or were not crossed off as possibilities. However, the ingredients that are used in each, with your knowledge, don't correlate well with potions or poisons. They are all taken a different way. Like, one is ingested, one is inhaled, one is only viable if it touches your bloodstream and it can't be, in the sunlight or can't be open to fresh air or its potency is 0. So it's ingredients that you would never think to mix in the same vial. And I think that you would probably think this would lead you to the agreement that this may be magical and alchemical? Alchemical, there we go. Where it is a fusion. Because there is no way that these three ingredients would combine cohesively without something that is going to alter them on a physical level.
Okay. My second question is, back in the Crimson Haven,
Mhm.
how big of a criminal presence did the Wainwright Company have?
Ooh. Roll me a history check.
Sure.
Yeah.
Also, Una, Elle has given you an inspiration.
Oh.
Ah, and he's also given you one, River.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to use that right now.
Okay.
And another.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Is that one for me, Al? Oh.
that's
Okay.
for Beldis.
Okay, I used it, and my first roll was better. I only got a 13. history
And
check.
Maggie. I think we're all getting one.
Ah.
Oh. River,
Uh,
And
13.
Rue, you got yours.
Yeah,
my
hell yeah.
gosh.
Thanks, Elle.
Al, you the best.
Thank
And
you.
then
Oh,
one
I
for
got
Graham.
one.
And you were saved for last. So everyone
That's
got an
right.
inspiration. Congrats, everybody.
Funnily enough, you don't remember ever seeing the Wainwright Company in Crimson Haven.
Fair.
I will say this. Not entirely off-brand that they may run under a different name.
Fair.
Especially in the Crimson Haven, very typical for businesses that are legit.
No one
change
gives
the
their
name
real
of their
name in
brand
Crimson Haven.
when
no one
entering-
gives their real name.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah, you never use your real name in the Crimson Haven.
Everyone knows that.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Everyone's under an alias at all times.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You never talk to people and say, "Hi, my name is..."
Hi. River.
Yeah.
In that case, I will hand the papers back to Karis so they are all nice and neat together. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some looking into that because those concoctions don't make shit sense.
Do we still have the box that we got from
Oh, yes,
the Wainwright?
I've got it in my bag. Actually, when you were
Uh.
talking about the Wainwright Company, I mean, that's who we found dead when we were investigating the Nightwalker the first time, isn't it? They had a They had a
Investigate
deed.
is a
They had the
very
deed from the Wainwright
strong
Company.
word.
Right. The property buying.
Mm-hmm. They had bought a property or had sold a property.
Sold a property and then got a deed somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. And they were traveling there, and then they were beset upon by that Nightwalker and died horribly.
Well, and let us not also forget that someone was keeping an eye on the box or the deed.
All of it. I've got it all. It's all in my bag.
Well, no. I mean, someone from Wainwright Company.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. The divination. That's right. Yeah, that's why it was in my stuff. I was looking at that.
Are you suggesting they sent a walking shadow after someone?
Maybe to kill and repossess for their property. That would be summarily cold-blooded of them.
That's extremely excessive.
A
Una,
bit, yes.
do you know if there's been word of anyone who has been relocated by the Wainwright Company having reached their destination or connecting to relatives and saying they're okay?
Oh.
Hmm.
To be fair, after the first 3 fights, I started keeping some distance.
Not getting as much community gossip
Yeah,
due to the fights.
it was.
Question for Graham.
Yeah.
How much historical dealing, like on, I guess, the weapons trade side of things, do the Wainwright Company have with the Assyrian Empire?
Sure. The Wainwright Empire and the Assyrian Empire while the Wainwright Company does run goods from the various lands to the Assyrian Empire, whether it is for their war against the Tel'Dwanan elves, it isn't... I would say that they don't hold a majority. The vast majority is done by the Assyrian Empire itself. They usually take great care to cut out everybody else. If you're not self-sufficient, then you're not the best.
I mean, I guess what I'm asking is this they reluctantly contract out when they must, and they're probably the biggest outside contractors the Assyrian Empire deals with? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so they are
a
a significant external contractor, probably one of the only ones the Assyrian Empire bothers to deal with.
Yeah.
Rather than just do stuff in-house. Okay, cool.
Yeah, especially getting over the Plane of Bones, like, this is the only other company that they feasibly could go through.
What I don't understand, I mean, one of the things I don't understand is why would they target a community of Furbolg who make honey and, you know, fun things to smoke, and, like, dwarves?
Remind me again geographically the positioning of both of those places.
I was also just gonna say that they're a company and companies are greedy.
I mean, yes, there is the general company's bad, greedy, that sort of thing. But more particularly, what is the land that we're looking at? What resources would be there? Like Petal Blossom, for instance. What is it sort of, where is it located? I really am blanking out on where that is on the map right now.
I
It's
believe
a
after you.
It's a couple months that way. And I point, like, kind of the direction that we came from.
Yeah.
And is that between, like, is it in any way bordering the Assyrian Empire, sort of in an advantageous place, or has advantageous resources they would want there?
It is within the confines of the Kingdom of Andaland.
Mm-hmm.
It is northern of Oakledge, where you all met up, from my understanding.
It has a lot of flowers that make good honey.
What about medicines? Or other, I guess, remedies, agricultural products, etc.? They must be very, very good where you're from. I mean, I assume by the name Petal Blossom, I would hope they were good.
It's lots of flowers. Definitely lots of flowers. They weren't very creative naming the town, but I the normal stuff, you know.
This is a mayor question, Graham.
Sure.
How common is it for people to travel between planes in your world?
The elves of Tel'Dwanan travel all the time. The Great Tree of Tel'Dwanan, literally within the roots, is a portal, an active portal to the Shadowfell. And within the boughs itself are active portals to the Feywild. The far north, the Drellwyn Forest, full of portals. People sometimes wake up hundreds of years later where they've just magically been put in stasis and walk out.
Cool.
You can
Is
find...
this more or less common knowledge?
Yeah, especially about the Drellwyn Forest. Most people know about this. Wasn't always like that, but after the Cataclysm, the Drellwyn Forest just seeped with magic. Even in the Crystal Caverns, if you go in the Underdark, there are going to be naturally occurring entrances either to the Shadowfell or the Plane of Earth. They can be found, and they do exist. While they are not all over the place, they are not uncommon, to say the least.
Instead of looking geographically in, or, you know, companies bad, companies stuff, maybe a little more abstractly, if there is a couple of connections between the Wainwright and, you know, scary, very, very scary, you know, Nightwalkers. Maybe there's entrances, easy access, Shadowfell stuff. Just throwing some ideas out.
Petal Blossom doesn't sound like much of an access point there, but the Plane of Bone for certainly, and we know that the Wainwright Company is one of the only ones that goes across the Plane of Bone.
Yeah, but magic sometimes doesn't make sense at all, so...
Well, of course not. I mean...
So it could be.
There, I mean, Una, maybe it's a coincidence, but for father to start to whip people up at the same time that all this is happening with the Wainwright Company, to try to push us out, to try to target Netta at the same time as all of this is happening. And my community got overtaken by fanatics when this happened, and I thought of it as a result and not a cause, but maybe these people are bringing something shadowy
Fanatics?
into our communities.
Fanatics, let's elaborate on that. What are these fanatics you're talking about?
You want in Petal Blossom, Una, do you want to explain a little what happened, or do you want me to talk about it? You were there for the worst of it.
So basically just accusations. It started very mild, very gossipy, and then it became outright accusing Maggie of dark magic.
Have they met Maggie?
I'm struggling to think that they seem magic.
That's usually my argument before escalating to other means of persuasion.
Punching them.
Yes.
Very understandable. What is their I guess what are specifically their accusations? What makes what she does dark magic, I guess, in their worldview? She seems incredibly perturbed because she's like, there's not on any realm that she understands a way that you can construe druidic magic as dark magic. They're just like, no.
Graham, and I'm not super familiar with magic other than what I've seen from Maggie and just what I've witnessed from other people, but even that is limited mostly to Maggie. And obviously I think her magic's beautiful. So what would be the most standout things that I remember as being, what were the things that were most talked about? Because I heard a lot of stuff, a lot of gossipy things. What were the things that kept coming up and kept escalating to be more harassment or more malicious?
Of course. I will say, so firstly, what started out was she doesn't worship the same divine beings we do. Her magic doesn't come from a righteous or justified place. It is unnatural. Was the original preach. And that, at the beginning it wasn't bad. Like, a lot of the people in Petal Blossom were live, let live. But over the months, it began to warp. It was, whenever there was a drought or a storm, Maggie called that on us because she doesn't like that we're preaching the truth. Whenever, if an accident occurred, if, someone drowned or someone had a hunting accident or, was attacked by a wild beast, well, Maggie's magic comes from the forest.
And nature.
And nature. She set this beast upon them.
And I add also that, especially when there's a fire.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The fire that, actually, I think it was Gamos that their parents perished in, was never solved. But a lot of the community, well, not a lot of the community, but the religious section of that community blamed Maggie. Oh, Maggie wanted a child. That's why she adopted the surviving child. Maybe she's a witch.
Yeah.
So as this is being delivered, Paris has a terrible, she probably looks the darkest in expression, probably the closest to, people might even be intimidated the way her eyes are glowing, and she seems to almost want to sort of snap, or the writing implement in her hand starts to kind of smoke as she sort of like hears this, and she sort of like seems to remind herself, okay, we take deep breaths and we and we work through that, and we don't set the place on fire. And she goes, okay. So the run of the mill, it's everyone's problem but my problem. Let's find the closest person, it's most convenient to strap to a post and light them on fire, kind of deal.
Yes.
Great, fantastic.
And
I love
then
those guys.
they brought our children into it.
As they do, yeah.
But the same thing happened, not specifically to me, but where I come from, like my hometown, when everyone started to get sick, it got taken over by fanatics who felt that our connection to the wild was somehow being punished and causing this. So
did they turn to a particular religion? Was there any like new people coming to evangelize, or
more an old religion, more our old beliefs that they turned
The
to in my
resurgence.
home? Yeah, a awakening. They became more insular. I don't know. I don't know if they're related, but
can you tell me about these old gods, if that's allowed or not, like gonna do something?
an old god, the old god. The idea that we grew up with is that no offense to any of you, but that your deities are very, very powerful beings who are not the one true above all.
They're conceited. The god's conceited. High and mighty.
Doesn't really have a personality. But long ago, we were people of the wild entirely, just all the wild, and stewards of the wild, and we turned to these powers from things that were below the one, that were separated from the one, and push out of the wilds, and our communities became split between those who remained in the wild ways and those who dedicated themselves to the one entirely and lived in balance between the two, until we all started to get sick, and then people did what people do. They became rigid and oppressive. And it sounds like it's happening in Petal Blossom too.
Every day.
It's similar to what was happening with the Leonin. Whatever it is, this darkness, this sickness, whatever we're going to call it, it absolutely seems to inspire this pattern of fanaticism and isolationism. We saw it with the Moonclaws. We saw the darkness with that mirror and the gnolls and the Undeath. It's connected, but how? Why? There's something beyond the Wainwright Company. I can't believe this is just some merchant company being evil. You don't do something this widespread, this fundamental to the energies of the world just for petty profit.
Oh, we're totally missing a piece.
Yeah, like there's something more here.
I think they also stole our bees.
Stole your bees?
I mean, I don't know how the apiary is doing at home, but in my community, when people started to get sick before I moved to Petal Blossom, before I moved to be with Una, they started to drift away. The bees would stop coming back, and so everyone thought perhaps we'd angered the bees, and that was why we were getting sick. So I don't know if I've been looking for the bees ever since. Everywhere we go, I try to see if our bees have somehow mixed with other bees, and I've never found them.
So let me get this straight. The bees that you used to have migrated away. They just left.
They left.
Your home.
They left.
and they accused you of stealing them, tried to steal them from you.
Not me personally. They thought in general that we had been poor stewards of the bees the way we were poor stewards of the wilds in ancient times, and then we were cursed with being ill. Una, how are my bees at home?
I was gonna ask how are
Sorry,
the
Mindy.
bees? How are the bees? That's what I was getting ready to ask. How are the bees?
I saw that look of panic.
Karis, meanwhile, is having a trip of like who steals bees.
I guess my question is, with all of the rising tensions in town, how much of Una's focus would have been on the bees?
Fair.
Because, with all of the rushed transpiring of events, I'm going to leave this up to you, Mindy. It's your call. If you feel that Una would keep an eye on the bees, at least a rudimentary level, even during panic or stressful situations.
Has Maggie shared this departure of the bees from where? Then yes, she would be,
No.
especially as tensions are rising, she would be. Otherwise, no, they're fine. They're just bees.
We've had like long discussions about that attitude about
Yeah.
bees. Like,
Okay, yeah. So it's fine. Yes, I would be watching for the bees, especially with the rising tension,
Yeah.
kind of knowing
Okay.
what has happened, and just especially after how parents.
In which case, I guess my next question is, if the bees vanished, would you investigate the apiary, like the hive? Or would you just say, oh, bees are gone? Would that be something that Maggie would have told you explicitly to do before leaving if it ever happened?
I think even if she hadn't, I would want to investigate.
Okay.
That investigation would probably start by visiting Netta.
Yeah.
Hey, Netta, the bees are gone.
Which probably prompted
What
her
do?
giving you the stuff, being like, you gotta leave.
Oh, but the bees.
Yeah. So the bees did leave
Oh,
in the past week or so.
okay. Was it all of a sudden, or was it a
It
very
was-
gradual thing?
Rapid.
Okay.
It
okay,
was overnight, which, bees are not nocturnal in any means. They left at a time that was counter to the natural order of how they function as a species.
they beelined out of
Yeah, they made a beeline.
They sure did.
No.
Roll me an investigation check. This is a past investigation check.
Oh my god.
You do have a advantage on the board.
What?
Remember,
I'm gonna- I'm gonna use the advantage.
Sure.
Say, did when we got the crit to the squad, does that include Mindy?
Yeah, you know what? Sure.
So I think there's also 2 crits.
20
20.
natural.
So,
Heck yeah!
so when
With
you
my-
First try.
when you
Yeah.
went to investigate the apiary,
Mhm.
looking for the bees or a sign of like what happened,
Sure.
because sometimes bees do abandon a hive. Sometimes
Right.
they
I would have known
respond
that.
to
I
stressors and leave.
mostly listen to Maggie when she's talking about
Yeah.
the bees. I try really
very
hard.
passionate.
It's like someone who has a very particular, special, like exotic animal that's their pet,
Yeah,
and you know that they
you've
love it
gotta-
dearly, but you also like kind of don't get it. But you're
Yeah.
like,
Like,
but I
you
know they
try
love it,
really
so I'm gonna like
hard.
listen.
Yeah.
So when you cut into the hive itself, I think you kind of quickly carved in, to see the very layers, like where's the queen, which Maggie has probably done several times when relocating. Is you find the queen, you move her, then the rest of the bees are like, oh, I'm so happy and friendly, I'm just gonna go with you. Oh, there's the queen, I'm gonna stay here now. That's literally how they work.
As bees do.
Yep.
You
What a lovely life.
would have found a circle of dead bees.
Oh no.
Unnaturally. I will say, these are not naturally dead bees. These are bees in a clear and distinct pattern. It is a circle, and in the circle is almost like a jagged crack of bees at a diagonal pattern.
And that was when I decided
Yeah, and then you're like,
Netta!
Netta! Netta!
it's not wrong. Maybe we should be packing up.
That's an omen.
That was
Yeah.
when I knew. Something's
Exactly.
not right here.
That's an omen. That's a pretty clear omen. We need
It's
to
a pretty
leave.
clear omen. I'm actually. Who has the papers right now? Karis, you still have the papers.
Karis.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to try to reach for one if possible, and
Oh yeah, she's just
And
like, oh sure, here.
I'm gonna start looking through them, and as though Netta might have written it down, even though I don't think I actually talked to Netta. I think I literally went home and was like, okay, what are we taking with us? Because we gotta get out of here. So instead, I will go rummaging through my bag again, and I'll try to find something I can write with, and I'll draw essentially a replica of just this, like the circle and the crack through it.
Yeah.
And I'll kind of point to it.
Rue, roll me a religion check.
Oh God.
Y'all have been awfully quiet.
Literally.
Uh, 13.
13. Rue,
You have crits.
you have 2 crits on the board just from today.
I know, but I wanted to save.
That's fair.
Okay, I'll
Hey, no,
use a crit. I'll use a crit.
It's up to you, man. I'm not gonna judge you either way. You know,
No
either it's
pressure.
gonna get used in the Nightwalker fight, or it's gonna get used now. Isn't any hair off my back?
Graham, I would like to not fight a Nightwalker.
So you're
please.
saying there is a Nightwalker fight?
I'm not saying yes or no. I'm just saying, you know, a crit
I don't know,
now
that
is a
sounded
crit
like
you
a
can't
yes.
use later.
Yeah.
You know
He's
what?
not saying there's not one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rue's not afraid to die, so she's gonna use her crit right now.
Okay. Rue. This symbol, this crack, this circle, you think back to what probably seems like years ago with your current adventuring party and the antics you get up to. The Malevolence. I know I mentioned it to you all in episode 1.
Totally remember.
A magical force that is a phenomenon that is unexplained, that travels throughout the land and occasionally almost swaps the alignment or personality of individuals it touches. It changes anyone that come in contact with it, shifting and warping them. There have been various religious connotations, omens, symbols used for the malevolence. But this is one of them.
And there were bees. Dead bees.
Oh.
There were no other bees other than the ones left like this.
Oh. Oh, so horrifying.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's you don't need to apologize. You have nothing to apologize for. It's not. Don't take that. You take everything onto yourself. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Right.
Seems.
Not doing that.
Does anybody know what this is? This...
Bad? Besides bad?
Yeah, bad is it's a bit of an understatement. So we all know about the malevolence, right?
What?
Do we, Graham?
The who?
Or is this a widely known thing, or is this sorry?
A ghost story.
Okay.
Yes! Yes!
Do what your mom say, or you're going to get
Yeah, you're gonna
haunted
get
by
caught
the
by the
malevolence.
malevolence.
Yeah.
But newsflash, Karis is absolutely one of those theoreticists that's like trying to trace
course
this
she
and,
is.
like prove
Of course
this.
they are.
Don't step on the quartz, or else you'll get to malevolence. Yeah.
Well, like that's a little ridiculous. I think we can all understand that's a little ridiculous. But the malevolence is an effect that we can
Graham,
trace.
you
and
might
we
be
can-
muted.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It was just OOC talk.
So
Yeah, I
the
guess.
malevolence. Oh my goodness, you're right. That's it. Oh my god. And she gets like this
You
look
mean the
of
weird
just, oh
bedtime
my
story?
Yeah, like, back in the olden towns where like entire cities would just turn evil, I guess. But
So they warp, I guess is the best terminology. So these
well, the inhabitants.
cracks in the magic, this malevolence is what we've been calling it because it seems to turn things. It warps them from their original nature. Theoretically, it's possible it can also change dark, evil things to good when hit by the warp. Theoretically. It's supposed, but usually, most often, it works in the reverse. So, if this is a malevolence phenomena, it's quite possible that all of these are malevolence phenomena that are connected and are happening more frequently. I don't know what that means, but it's bad, good, something. It's something.
No words.
Why would Wainwright be moving people out of the way of this thing? I mean, I guess if they're sowing chaos, you'd think they would want to keep people there, unless
You got missing pieces. We don't have the full story.
We need to look into the Wainwrights. They might be doing what you said, Rue. They might actually be helping in some odd way, trying to relocate people, since they might have the resources to try and track this phenomena.
who's got the fucking the thing? Where is this
Words, Rue.
Yeah, which thing? We got
I'm
lots of
spitting
things.
it out. Where is the deed? Where, like,
I got it.
Karis
Let me
has
get that out. She
like,
hauls her bag
where
around.
is this property located?
And I'm digging.
Yeah, we got all day.
it.
Oh, calm down.
Sorry.
It's okay. You're in the same exact spot.
Nice.
All right. Here it is. Here. There you go.
No, thanks. And she will look. Where is
Man, now you're asking for information that I have to dredge up it from my notes. So what I remember, off the top of my head, without looking at the notes, it was somewhere in the Kingdom of Andolin, near Oakledge, because they were traveling towards Oakledge when they got attacked.
King?
I don't remember the name of the town.
Sorry, Kingdom of Andolin near Oak Ridge. Is that anywhere, Maggie? Ona?
Yeah, Oakledge is where you left when you first started your caravan trip.
Oh. Well, shit. I don't. Do we know who runs Wainwright Corporation? I mean, probably none of us personally, but somebody's got to know them.
Wait, Beldis, would they have a branch of the company here? Do
I've
they
been gone
deal
for
in
40
it?
years. I have no idea.
Well,
Is there-
where would we find them if they would be here?
Hold on. I'll check. Stand up. Attention, everyone. Is there a Wainwright Incorporated in the area?
There's a
Nice.
grizzled dwarf that's got an eye patch, huge scars going across her face. Come on, Wainwright, damn trade district, no more trouble, just me, I ain't got no... Bangs their tankard.
Was that
No working
Dwarvish?
yet. See what you're saying there, but child. Let me get the question. Are they up to the no good on a regular basis or just kind of on the down low?
Up to their good, undercutting prices and can't make an honest living.
Oh, dear.
All dwarf doing honest dwarf things.
They took their jobs. They're now the they're doing great down there. Sir, well, we're right down there. Thank you very much. Now, hey.
That sure is the most unique form of dwarfish I've ever heard. Thank you, Belvis.
So, yeah, apparently Wainwright has moved in. Apparently they're undercutting prices and taking jobs away from the individuals here. So they are definitely. So I guess this tracks. I guess there's onto something here.
I'm sorry, I got distracted by the chat.
I know, so did I.
Perking our germs.
Hey, Dirker Germs!
So they're here. They're acting in their usual. They're here. They're acting in their usual, company way. But that is something. So we can follow that. And you mentioned there was a library, right?
Oh Lord, yes.
Good. Lots of good things. And you, to Una, you mentioned you have this place for a few more days, right? We might need more than just a few more days. We might want to. I think the idea of a base here for longer while than a few days is probably a good plan.
And we can make sure that you get some, fresh clothes that aren't travel clothes and good food, and that everybody's comfortable. And are you okay with staying? You weren't gonna go right away, were you?
Just want to be somewhere where the kids are safe.
Elvis?
This place is pretty safe.
Yeah, it's.
I can definitely ask an old friend for a good favor.
What are your parents like?
Didn't we go over this and how we're not going to intrude on someone's?
My children are involved now.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to pretend to understand this.
Maggie's
Continue.
children are involved now, but they're not my first choice.
I'll respect your decision.
They're in top 3. Your kids are young. My parents are old. It just there's I wonder so desperately hard as I desperately look through notes for names I wrote up. We're going to a quick one.
Just go talk to that other dwarf again.
An old teacher of mine. Well, I could go ask over there. You want to go?
Yeah, how are my parents doing?
Well, no, there's. Okay, assuming they're still here, which they probably are, probably keeping track of the echoes as we speak right now. Elsgrig, I went to school with him. Good chap, good fellow. Took well to the ways of memory, and they may be here. At the very least, they could maybe stay in the rec room. How quiet are your kids? I know it's a terrible question to ask. Fair answer. Perfect.
I'm gonna look at. Wait, I know my children.
Do they know how not to touch breakable objects?
I mean, they're mostly
children.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to assume children break everything.
It might be better than
Fizzle's about probably better behaved than them. No offense, Maggie.
Say, I'm looking at our son, and I'm just staring at our son.
Still being dragged around by Fizzle.
Yeah.
I think at this point, Fizzle is trying to hide under a table. He's grabbed Fizzle's tail and is using it kind of like a bat to smack tankards off tables.
Gamos, could you? I just dog on the floor.
They're mostly quiet.
Yeah, they're great with not getting into stuff they're not.
The dog is on the floor.
4 feet, dogs 4 feet on the floor, and no swinging around.
No swing the dog around or no swing me swing around?
Either.
Yes, both. I know.
Don't let me have any fun.
No
Why
fun
can't we
is
go somewhere
allowed.
fun?
Never fun. No fun ever.
We hate fun in this household.
It's not allowed.
I mean, Kids, give me a little bit. I'm just getting back home. We'll find someplace fun.
Has the caravan left yet?
No. Or in Brigitte, I believe last when we spoke with Goldeneth, I think would probably tell you that they are in Haven for at least a few more days.
With the assassins and the police who want to arrest some of us.
Hey, but all of you, but not Una and the kids.
True.
But Rosalind is still there with the Maiden's Willow, or Maiden's
And
Whisper.
there's- I was gonna
And
say
there are
there's-
plenty of kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say
at the
there are
top.
kids in the caravan, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of them.
That aren't mine.
Nah.
You could. Rue, are you suggesting we send them back to the caravan?
I mean, it might be safe, and then you got a couple of Goliaths watching over them.
And
A
lots
man.
to play with.
They're good people and also pretty trustworthy and helpful in a fight. Not that I think you're going to have a fight or anything like that, but they're pretty good if we wanted some extra help keeping everybody safe.
I'm sure they would be more fun.
What's a Goliath?
Big, strong,
really?
bigger than your mom.
Nobody's
Bigger than both of them.
I'm practically bigger than Rue and Beldis. Sorry, Uncle Beldis. Rue.
Good, very polite. And no, but they really are taller than me. And I mean, you're going to have to go find out.
They can carry you.
What?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
I can carry all three of you
At once.
in one hand.
I don't
No,
care if they're gonna be mad at me later. It's gonna be great.
Hun, before we talk this up anymore, is that an option that you want?
That they are safe. Where are they? Are they? Where are they headed?
I think they're staying for at least a
Just
few more
staying.
days. Yeah, for at least a few more days. They're
Okay.
outside the caverns, but not by far. You know, the town that you probably passed on the way in. They're, on the outskirts of that town. Out a few hours walk.
Okay, and you said there were a few kids.
Yes, they're kids in the caravan. A lot of very trustworthy people. They do a lot of sharing of taking care of the kids, so they, have some friends that they could play with, and adults to maybe give you a break.
That would probably be good for them.
And for you,
And they're gonna be coming in this way, right? Even after Haven.
I think so. But I mean, you could all stay here tonight if you want to, just for tonight, before you leave.
Maybe one night. We've already paid for the room.
You've already paid for the room. So it's a really good. It's
So-
not a good financial decision to leave right away.
Right. So I should just stay.
You should stay. You should stay.
Maybe should stay 2.
Just-
Maybe we'll work it out.
Yeah. No. Good
Yeah.
idea for the
we're
kids'
on
sake.
The same page. Yeah.
Yeah.
They miss you so much.
They miss me. So we have a
Meanwhile,
plan.
Karis is scribbling. God's plans. There's just a rapid scribbling sound.
Especially as they keep changing.
Maybe not the plans. You don't know what she's scribbling. It's
That's
completely
fair.
incomprehensible. There's this book. I don't think you Una have never seen this. It must be a spell book because it has a few esoteric things on it, but it's probably the craziest, rattiest, loosest thing you could correlate to a bound book.
Harris, you're talking in circles right now.
Yeah.
It's a
Well,
teacher's
she's not
handbook.
talking. I'm describing
It's
the
your,
book.
it's
of
your
the
lesson
book.
plans.
Exactly. It literally looks like something that's been taped together multiple times. It has pieces of paper that are multiple different sizes and colors sticking out of it. And
Most
it
beautiful.
looks like it
mess.
doesn't like shutting most of the time.
Yeah.
Oh, a spell book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she is scribbling away at it, she's drawing. She's moved it and reoriented it, and she's drawing in the margins.
Right. So my kind of book.
Yeah, exactly.
So we stay here for a day or so.
Yep.
We investigate the caverns. While you and the children stay here, and maybe we get some of Beldis's friends to show them around, give them some fun things to do, and then if you need to stay longer, you can go stay in the caravan. Well, if we need to do anything dangerous.
Sure. Sounds like a plan. Much more of a plan than I had before. So.
And we'll get you better clothes that aren't travel worn. You look great. You look great.
I spilled a little bit of dinner. It's fine.
It's
It'll
not,
come
no,
out.
you look fine. You look fine. I just because you've been traveling in the clothes, and I didn't want you to be uncomfortable. I'm sorry. Didn't mean it that way.
No, it's okay. You're not wrong.
You look like the best thing ever.
That's not possible. Because you're sitting right in front of me.
Go get a room.
There's already.
They have a room, and with that, Karis is actually going to get up, and she's going to possibly approach the old man dwarf that was talking before, who seemed to know where things were.
Yeah, scruffy.
With utterly no agenda whatsoever.
Hi there. I'm a bit new. I've just come here to visit with my friend Beldis over there. I was wondering. Yes, great. So you were talking about the Wainwright Company being in the trade district. Could you perhaps give me some directions to where that might be?
Oh yeah, a couple summers ago, a couple shoppers went up there and never came back. Didn't see them again. Undercutting prices, stealing jobs. Take a left down on Tradeway, go by the trade district, go all the way south, fork at the bend, find a big mushroom, find the door that looks like it leads into the wall, but it's not really a wall, it's an illusion. Magic. That's about where it is.
Excellent, thank you very much. Just one more question.
Yeah, whatever, darling.
I heard you had this incredible library, the Hall of Memories. Where would that be?
Never been a big fan of books, can't eat them, but never learned to read. But it's pretty hard to miss. It's a big building.
In what direction? Like a big building beside here, a big building west of here?
That way.
She looks that way and sort of like does the mental like picture in her mind. What direction even is that? Got it. Okay, big building that way. Cool.
Definitely gonna need to go talk to a counselor if you're gonna get in there, though. I'm pretty sure that you need like pass or a hall pass or a library pass or something like that.
Thank you so much. What was your name? I'm so sorry I didn't get the introduction.
Friends call me Scruffy, but used to be called Gorehand Hammer Fist. Slayed a dragon once. Not the big dragon, like a smaller dragon, not Shadow Dragon. not that small dragon either. It was like a medium-sized dragon.
I will be back for that tale sometime, but thank you so much, Scruffy. You've been an incredible help. And she'll retreat back to Beldis.
Patreon episode 1 with Graham just saying the whole story in that voice.
Yes.
Went into a cave, killed a dragon. The end.
Oh, Lord.
Remarkably
average dragon.
Next long-term campaign I play, I'm going to literally play this dwarf.
Please.
I've written down his name for you and his nickname. So,
I appreciate that because it's all off the cuff. I just remember Scruffy and I was like, well, that's what it's gonna be.
You just got a sub for that. How do you feel?
Hi, Joe. Yeah, so you get his name. So far, Maggie, Una, you have room for you and the kids. Beldis, you can get a room for free, probably, or stay with your parents, whichever is worse.
Actually, if I had a choice on this night, I would probably return to the Hall of Echoes.
Okay. You may do so.
Yeah.
River, Rue, where would you two like to stay?
I'm gonna stay with Fizzle and probably get a room.
Okay.
Read about you, Rue.
What's that? Rue actually wants to check out Wainwright.
I have a feeling that like Rue and Karis are gonna be like, are we gonna go snooping? We're gonna go snooping.
Yeah, Rue was definitely like tagging along to this conversation that Karis just had.
Okay.
Okay.
They might take Golaneth along as like a lookout. Be like, hey, you wanna go do some snooping?
Oleneth would not say no to snooping. I
Yeah,
can't
go
imagine.
breaking and entering in.
Exactly. He's like,
He's
here, hold
already
the paw.
there.
In that case, I think what I would want to do, if they're going to go snooping, I'm going to look for someone who's willing to lend out a forge
Okay.
for hire,
Um,
which we can do offline, but I want to at least
no
put it out
way. Yes. So the forges you could do in the morning.
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. It's too
Wainwright-
late right now.
Yeah.
so.
It is very late. You have traveled. Karis, Rue, Golaneth, you will need to get sleep. If you're snooping, you will not get a long rest. I can assure you of that.
Don't worry, we got a long rest last week.
Yes.
It's fine. It's fine.
And there's
One
clearly
long
no
rest for
combat
2
coming
weeks.
up. There's
Yeah,
clearly
surely.
no combat.
No,
We
no,
don't need to
sure.
worry. Yeah.
Yeah. Surely there's no combat waiting around every corner. All right. So, Rue, Karis, and Golaneth, you set out to fight. What is the level of mischief you are intending? That's my question before I
Karis-
set the DC for a stealth check.
Karis's level of mischief is one, to be able to follow the notes she took about this guy's directions and make sure that she can find it.
Okay.
Number one, because it's like behind an illusion. And then if it happens to be unguarded, and if it happens to be fairly easy to get in and fairly unnoticeable to get in, then maybe they'll take a little look around just to see what's going on there.
Okay.
Maybe.
Sure.
Because, you know, they have that very convenient picture of what the essence of Nightwalker looks like and what the sigil that might be on a box or crate of the stuff might look like. You know, just maybe.
Yeah.
So that's the level that we're looking at.
Alright, so I would like the two of you to roll me a stealth check, and I'm going to take the average. I'm not going to roll Golaneth, so it's just going to go off you two. And then I want a survival check to see how well you can follow the directions.
My stealth check was, what was it? There, that number plus that number, 17 for me.
17?
Can I use my inspiration on that stealth check?
Sure.
Okay. This was not great. Oh, much better. That's a 19 for stealth.
Okay.
14 for survival.
I'm just gonna crit the survival. Just,
Okay.
Just 'cause
Uh,
I did.
surprisingly enough, very accurate directions. You're able to find the pinpoints of like the landmarks. You find this the gemstone wall kind of, and then you just see a door. Like it is just attached to it. It's just a simple wooden door. But as you kind of get within maybe 20 feet of it, you do see there are several guards posted around within inside. This is a part of the trade district. There's a lot of activity still. So probably highly unlikely you could sneak in tonight, or sneak in at this moment, without
She might
simple
actually
distraction.
approach one of the guards to ask a bit about sort of like business hours, or if there's anyone she could speak to at this hour for just a few questions.
They would quickly convey, Upworlder, yeah. You see the gemstones. Businesses are open as long as it is not purple. If it is purple, black, or dark blue, any of the darker colors, closed.
Gotcha. Thank you so much. Very neat. Thank you. And then I'd retreat back to like Golnath and like, okay, so how do you want to do this?
Yeah. I will say when you got within 30 feet of the business, a illusion of a 3-story, like, not tavern, but like a shop you would find in a town kind of springs up. And Karis, I need you to roll me another perception check. And I'm going to send something that only you and our audience can hear. The rest of our cast will not be able to hear this.
Okay, that is a it's gonna be a nat 20 because I'm curious.
Okay.
And goodbye crit.
All
I
right.
don't care. I'm making
So-
choices today.
As you are walking, in the corner of your eye, you feel you have a bag of holding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're containing these shards in.
Yes, I remember.
You feel it move. Your hand falls to your side. You know, first instinct, someone is trying to rob you. There is no hand there. But you feel this cold mercury, almost like a snake, slither onto your hand and begin to sink in. You look at Rue. I think your first instinct is look to your allies and, go to move it. Nothing is moving. Everything is almost grayscale. And it seeps in. And you see from your right, almost as if walking in a turtle, they are gray. Not decrepit, but they are very clearly a corpse. They are wearing a bowler hat and carry a staff. And their shell is cracked, and you see these gouges in their torso, like something with long nails pierced and tried to crack them. And you hear,
Oh, hello. Remember, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
and they begin to walk away from you. And
What was I supposed to hear? Because I didn't hear it either.
Oh, sorry. It says, oh, hello. Remember, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And as this figure begins to walk, you see, while it's not dust, it is this trail following them. And almost like a mist or a fog on a early morning day, it begins to slowly pull towards them. The farther away they get from you, color begins to form. You see green return to their face. Their shell is still cracked, but the holes on their torso is gone. And their body is seemingly healed from the decay or whatever wounds that killed it. Or it is a dead man walking amongst the living as they walk and continue on as if not noticing you and vanish from sight.
See, like, Rue's, like, snapping fingers in front of Karis. It's like, hey, what's going on?
And then she's, like, still looking back where she was staring off into eternity or something. I don't know. Huh?
Yeah, plan of action.
Right. I'm feeling really tired. We should probably, go back. Yeah. We'll catch them tomorrow or tomorrow night, depending on what we decide on. Yeah.
Inside check.
She seems a little shaken, but she's also like intrigued about something, and she continues to stare in that direction.
Can Rue, like, actively see anything in that direction, or?
You roll me a perception check. I'm gonna say the DC is 20. Crits cannot be used.
Copy. Can I also cast see invisibility on herself before this?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. No. That is not going to do it, I don't think. That's 17.
17. You catch the back glance of a carved chair hanging to the back of what looks like a shell as it rounds a corner.
Huh. Yeah, all right, Karis, I guess we can call it a night. We know where we're coming back to. Did you see like a big shelled creature? Or am I just seeing things with these lights?
No, I think you're seeing it right. Do you mind if we just go that way? And she would point after the shelled individual.
I like the shelled individual.
The shelled one. Like torn between wanting to do one thing and the other. Yeah, let's go. Let's strength in numbers.
Great,
Yeah.
great. Promise we'll talk more, but right now it's important. And then she's gonna follow that trail.
Sure.
But she's being tucked along.
Sure. I will say your bag feels lighter. That's a freebie from me. You're welcome.
Feels lighter.
Feels lighter.
I want to stick my hand back in.
Hey, I'm not stopping you.
She would stick another covered hand back in there and sort of like check.
Yeah. What exactly are you checking? Where would because you have
She's
several things
checking
in there.
primarily for the things that moved before.
Okay.
Is their presence still in the bag, or are they gone?
There is a jingle as your hand meets the bag of the shattered mirror shards. There's noticeably less. And as your hand touches the bag, the hand that the mercury-like substance had kind of seeped into feels cold.
She sort of scuttles faster along this path.
Yeah. 1 second. I have to pull up a character sheet.
He's like, hey, Karis, you're a little bit faster than me. You want to tell me what's going on? You look like somebody kicked your cat.
Not a bad way of putting it. I can't explain it, but I'm pretty sure we just got a lead. And she lowers her voice even more. The mirrored shards moved, and there are now less of them. And I'm not sure why.
I feel like that's a bad thing. Should we go faster? Do you have broom?
Yeah, we've got broom, but that might be a little ostentatious. We're just gonna. I can feel it, so we'll just keep close.
The individual that you are trailing, while in a city of dwarves, stands out like a sour green turtle thumb. Seems to have the gait of a gazelle. They move with ease and with a quickness that I don't think either of you can match. You are able to keep them in your vision, but you are unable to close the distance at the moment. I think that's where we're going to end today's session. Actually, we've got 9 more minutes. Does anyone have a scene that would take about 9 minutes that they would like to do? Maggie, Una, Beldis.
I just imagine once we start to settle down, we just cuddle with the kids. There's a lot of probably trading of stories. I would imagine the kids are chiming in with theirs when they're still awake. And I imagine as they start to fall asleep, probably still tucked like around us, that we're just sharing a moment.
I think Maggie would be doing a lot of listening.
I'm playing with your hair. It is very clear that there's like an effort to appease all of I want to feel your hair. I want to see your face. I want to hear your voice. And it's a very soft and quiet time that we share,
I think there's certainly a lot of joy and comfort, but Maggie also has some sadness, knowing that this is just one very brief respite, and that it sort of hovers between them without being said, with all the tenderness there. And I do think at one point, because the message that Maggie sent back when you sent your message was, I thought I could save us all, and I was wrong, is I think with all of us, we can. Really do.
I never doubted you.
Good, because I did a lot. So good.
I love you.
Love you too. Just missed you so much. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you.
I wish the circumstances were different, but it is really nice to be with you again.
I'm not going to let you be gone for long.
Yeah, let's not wait that long next time. That's shorter periods, I think.
Shorter or
Be better for us.
none.
Non-existent.
None.
We'll work towards that. Yeah.
Someday we'll be back to that. Wherever we end up going. I guess we could go anywhere now.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. Come up with some ideas, and next time we're together, then you can tell me all about your ideas, and I'll tell you all about mine. And that's what we'll think about until we're together again.
I can do that. I'll give you a kiss.
Lots of kisses.
All the kisses.
All the kisses.
And that's where the night ends for the two of you, settling into the warm comfort of family, of treasured memories and treasured people. Beldis, sleep finds you with uncertainty, of paths not taken and paths that lay before you, surrounded by stone. River, the night finds you with a lot of questions and a lot of missing puzzle pieces. But with those puzzle pieces come inspiration, ingenuity to create on another day. Rue, you and Karis and Golnath trail this individual at a hurried pace. Who knows what happens next 2 weeks from now on Anarian's Rest? it has been so wonderful to have you all here with us tonight. So I will do my shoutouts last, but I would love to hear a few things from my fellow players and my lovely, lovely guests. 1, who are you? 2, where can we find you if you do streaming or content creation? And 3, are there any cool projects you would love to shout out? Any fundraisers? Any big things?
All right. Hey, everybody. It's me, Kari. I don't have any of those things, so I'm going to hopefully be quick to let everybody else go. I played Karis, the lovely tiefling wizard, today, and you can find me here on Fridays and every other Tuesday. Fridays for the Goldshine Investigation, where I play Israel, my Fae Pact Warlock, and here to play more Karis for everyone. You can also find me on Guild Wars 2, playing under my player name, which we will pop in the chat there. You're welcome to hit me up for any kind of gaming there if you would like. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a ping. I always like having new people to share the game with. But other than that, I don't exist, so you won't find me. So it was great playing with you all, and I'm so happy. This is one of the best sessions we've had. So thank you, everyone, and especially you, Mindy. You were incredible.
Aha, jumping in. Hi, I'm Bob, played Build a Stone Song. I currently have nothing exciting that's overly shareable through the internet to get excited about, but I say, hey, if you can do stuff in your local community to help your college kid, buddies, friends, whatever, start gaming and answer those silly questions for them while pretending to be a strange Canadian, do it, because it's a lot of fun and it probably helps them out too in some way. I don't know. There are currently no charities I have to try to press towards, except for one that might be mentioned later. So yeah, hint, hint, stay around, pay attention, take notes. That's it.
Mine's just a mouthful, so I'm pausing because I don't want to take up too much time. But I'm Jen. I played Maggie. I just want to throw out so much thanks to Mindy, and that was just so lovely. And to be able to play off of someone with characters who've not played before, and just have that trust. And I just really, really respect the spirit that you bring to that makes that possible. My big plug, all month long, Wednesdays and Fridays, and also occasionally a Monday, we are doing one-shots for raising money for Stand Up to Cancer, which is a really awesome organization. It does cancer research where it really insists that people are being collaborative in the research that they're doing and that it benefits treatment as directly as possible. They also work with health equity to make sure that people are getting access to clinical trials, irrespective of race and socioeconomic status. And they are wonderful. And we've so far raised $2,700 of a $3,000 goal. So we were $300 off. And on Wednesday from 5 to 8 Pacific, that's 5 to 8 Pacific, we're going to have Dungeons and Dragons. It's going to be DM'd by Nick from Shard, and it's going to feature Shard Virtual Tabletop with a bunch of really cool deals. If you want to use Shard, you can get a friggin' amazing bundle and all sorts of different systems and cool stuff that you can get. So tune in for that. And then Friday from 5 to 8, I'm biased. This one's the best because I'm in it. We're doing Petal Paladins, where we get to play fierce fighting warrior flowers. We're going to be GM'd by Noir Enigma, and I just got to hear what the scenario is going to be. It's so cute and cool and awesome. Come see it. So those are the ones for this week. And yeah, come donate, get some cool stuff, and support us. Oh, and the last thing is our other goal as Play Cancer Away, which is our organization, is to connect cancer patients, teach them how to play TTRPGs, be able to play with each other. Come to our Twitter if you or someone you love is a cancer patient and would like to have that kind of support. Come to us. We love you. Yay. Okay. Sorry, that was a lot.
You deserve to talk about all of this, so don't apologize. Anyway, I'll go next. Hi, my name is Mary. You can find me on Twitter at Archmage of Dice. As Jen was saying, I'm also part of some of these games that are going to be run on Eva Sarah's channel for Play Cancer Away to raise money for Stand Up to Cancer. I will be producing tomorrow's game, and I will also be in the City of Mist game next Friday on the 29th, which is going to be run by the creator, Amit. I am also running another charity stream on November 13th over on Free Forge Academy and not Academy, Free Forge, Fey Forge, whatever. Same
Yeah, I just think of the Feyforge, yeah.
On Free Forge, I'll be running a game of Witches and Spellcraft, and we're going to be raising money for more awesome charities. And last but not least, over on Friends Who Roll Dice, this coming Sunday is the premiere of my Invisible Sun game at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm hyped. It's going to be heartbreaking, and it's going to be awesome. That's all I got. Who's left?
Okay, hi. I'm Mindy. You can find me on Twitch. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch. You can find me there and on Twitter at Miss Mindykins. Oh God, I had plans. You can find me starting next Wednesday on the Free Forge is a new campaign premiere of Stay Alive, which is an original system with some spoops and mostly just spoops. I don't know. We're probably all gonna die in the first session. I don't really know. But that is premiering next Wednesday at 7:30 Central, maybe Eastern. I should know what time it is. It's time zones. Check my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, and you'll find it there. Thanks for letting me come play with you guys.
Thanks for playing with us. I guess I'll hop in. I'm Adam Adamuslamas on all the stuffs. My schedule is like recently crazy, so I don't know what I'm doing anywhere. But I'll be back here not next week, the week after. And yeah.
Now they can hear me.
Ha.
Hi, everybody. My name is Graham. This is my channel. These are the amazing friends that I get to surround myself with and play D&D. But you know who also falls among my list of friends? All of you. So, thank you for joining me, first and foremost. If you liked this, you can find me here every Tuesday where I DM 2 campaigns, Shards of Anarian and Anarian's Rest, both set in the world of Anarian, where I get to, you know, spook my friends and give them mysteries that are going to bug them for weeks on end. I'm sure I'm going to get some angry DMs about saying, what is the solution, Graham? But on Fridays, you can find me here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, where I play Harrison Nervos, your Defalang, out of Conquest Paladin, a very, very blue Paladin boy that you know, may or may not be going into a war front. So that will be wonderful. On Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, I stream MMORPGs for our MMO Mondays. Right now, we are dancing between a lot of games. Back 4 Blood, a Left 4 Dead successor to the genre of shooting zombies in 4-player co-op, has been one of the games we have touched. Others are Guild Wars 2 and Amazon's brand new sparkly MMO New World, where I chop down trees and make you all watch.
Yeah.
It is
So many
riveting
rocks.
content.
It is kind of soothing, though.
It
You know?
really is. It's me just running, going, where is the iron? Where is the iron? I hope that guy doesn't beat me to the iron. Hey, you know, you're competing for resources. It's terrible. It makes me angry. But, I will be... Am I able to say what games I'm in for Play Cancer Away? On the 27th, I will be in the D&D game for Play Cancer Away, which is going to be a fantastic game. I'm going to play a fighter for probably the first time since 1st edition. At least a full-blown fighter.
And Little Red Dot's running that game.
Mm-hmm. It is going to be a blast. Outside of that, you can find me on a variety of other projects and shows that I cannot announce yet. But we've got some stuff in the works. But if you love what you see here and you want to get involved, or if you want to get involved in any of the other wonderful communities, we would love to put you in touch with them, whether those are fundraisers or casting calls, or you just want to make friends and play MMOs, we are here for you. So with that, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the week. I hope you stay happy, stay healthy, stay hydrated.
I pop in.
Yes.
Speaking of casting calls, Friends Who Roll Dice is having a casting call for an Urban Shadows game, y'all. Go check out the Friends Roll Dice Twitter and sign up.
Yeah. If you don't sign up, I will be so sad. Because
I had to
they're all
pop
fantastic.
in now because by the time we have our next session, the signups will
over.
be closed.
Hey,
So
yeah, so
Graham will come to your house and chop down all your trees.
Yeah,
yeah.
I will. I
And
will,
if your house is wood too, you're screwed.
I'm gonna chop down your trees with literal branches I found on the ground like when I was 6. You just smack them against the tree trunk.
Very effective.
Not effective, but loud and annoying. And after 5 hours of that, you are
And
going
therefore
to...
effective.
Sorry about that, Seattle Joe. We did change our verification rules in response to the bots and the hate raids. But we love you for sticking in. I'm so proud of you. But stay happy, stay healthy, stay hydrated, and we'll see you soon. You're never alone, and I hope you roll all nat crits on your next D&D game. So, bye for now.
And in life.